Okay, so today I want to talk about going from drab to fab in just about 15 minutes. I previously did a video kind of explaining and showing you how to go from drab to fab and by showing you some options. But today I really want to explain the process because I feel like if you don't really understand how to get to that point, you're not going to be able to do it. So if you're a single mom or just a busy mom and maybe you have like your little duckies and you've got to get them ready to go to school in the morning, this is especially for you. But if you don't have children, this can still be helpful to you as well. Preparation is definitely the key to being successful and being able to maximize your time. It's very important that you get yourself into the mindset of using your time the night before to help jumpstart your next day. Now, once you get in the swing of things, this really won't be an issue because it'll kind of be a process. You have to lay a foundation so that you can actually build on it. If you have kids that are under the age of about 5 or 6, then this process may take you about 20 minutes instead of 15. So don't be too hard on yourself. Even if it takes you 30 minutes, I guarantee you it's going to cut down from that crazy hour that it takes you to pull yourself together. Okay, so the night before, you want to deal with lunches. If your kids are going off to school, I assume that they're, at least 5, 6 years old or older. You want to prep their lunches the night before. But if you're crafty, like a good girlfriend over here, you'll start training those little people on how to put their own lunches together. Now, I'm not telling you to send your 5-year-old to the kitchen to make his own lunch. This is going to be a process that is probably not going to happen overnight unless your kids are already used to being structured. I use the word structured because kids really thrive on structure. They may outwardly hate it, but on the inside, they are thriving and they want to have some sort of schedule and some sort of structure. So if you make them stick to it, you will be thanking your lucky stars years down the line. It's best if you can put things in the refrigerator that they can easily pull their lunches together. That way, all they have to do is pull things out of the refrigerator, put it into their lunchbox, or like in my case, I happen to use the gallon Ziploc bags often because they lose lunchboxes. And they just pull everything out. It gives them a chance to be independent and they can choose what they want to put in their lunch. Just have them to leave it out on the counter so that before you walk out the door, you can actually inspect it and make sure that they have a proper balanced meal and not just all cookies. I don't know if you still pick your kids' clothes out for school. Like I said, my youngest is 9. He picks out his own clothes. Sometimes they don't really match, and that's okay because he's expressing his creativity. Now, if we're going somewhere, then I need him to look a certain way, but if he's just going to school and he wants to do what he wants to do, I mean, every now and then I correct him and, say, hey, you need to kind of spruce yourself up and put on something a little different. That's one thing, but like I said, it gives them something to do in the morning. They can be independent. If they're independent and focusing on activities that they need to get done, it keeps them from bothering you. My door can stay closed all morning and they will not come in my room. They won't even knock on the door because they don't need anything. It's just kind of a process. So you start at night, and once you start doing that, I promise you will start to kind of fold in just like if you were mixing some batter, how it all folds together. It'll start to fold in and blend and it'll become seamless before you know it. Give yourself about a month. I know that seems like a long time, but the way time is passing by these days, it's not really that long. And you'll start to see a change. You'll find yourself having more time. You'll be able to relax more. Everybody will be in a better mood. The kids will be happier because you're not stressed. Children pick up on your stress and your energy. So, if we can be in a good mood in the morning, then it helps out everybody. So this is the way my day goes. I get up at about 6 or 6:30 every morning, depending on what I have to do. From 6:30 to 7, that's when I get myself together. Actually, I'll say if I get up at 6:30, from 6:30 to about 6:45, that's when I'm mentally preparing myself to tackle the day. So sometimes, in the morning, even if I've taken a shower at night, I just need to kind of like wake up a little bit. So I'll hop in the shower for 3 or 4 minutes, literally just to kind of, wash whatever off and kind of wake myself up. Now, if I hadn't showered at night, then clearly I'm going to take a longer shower and make sure I wash properly. But it's best if you can kind of do that at night. And if you're okay with that, then, you know, and that way if you're in a rush or you're running out of time, you can kind of skip the shower for that particular moment and go ahead and get ready with the rest of your day. The second step is you need to figure out an easy routine for you to do your makeup. I know it's really easy to walk out the door and not do makeup. You don't have to do makeup. If you don't wear makeup on a normal basis, then you don't have to necessarily start unless you're doing something different. But for me, I usually am in a full face. So this is like my everyday beat. And that's what you need to come to terms with. Find out what your everyday beat face is or whatever your everyday face. And get into a habit, kind of time yourself and figure out how long it takes you to do your makeup. I'm not talking about putting on, you know, super faded out, drawn eyebrows and, you know, super long lashes. I have the permanent extensions or whatever, lash extensions, so, or semi-permanent, I guess you can call them. So I don't have to spend an extra 10 minutes putting on false lashes. If I didn't have them, I wouldn't spend 10 minutes putting on lashes in the morning to walk out the door. I just want to look fabulous. I don't need to look glamorous, okay? So it's simply just putting on foundation, maybe doing a little contouring. It usually takes me about 10 minutes to do just like a basic little contour. And once you achieve that, then, you know, you're golden. That actually takes up most of your time. And then when it comes to hair, if you like some girlfriends like me, wigs make your life a lot easier. That or, you know, your extensions, sew-ins or whatever. But if you do have, you know, hair that's, you know, long enough or whatever, I would recommend just brushing it back and putting it into a sleek ponytail. That's always the easiest way to go, so that you don't have to deal with like curling irons and all that stuff. Because a sleek ponytail can make you look, you know, very polished and kind of achieve the look that you're trying to go for. Or put it in a bun. And then the other thing is with the clothing, this is where so many of us fall into a trap. When you're trying to pick out what you're going to wear and then you go from one extreme to another. Oh, I don't want these jeans. Oh, I don't want this skirt. Oh, this skirt, I can't find the top. Or, oh, I don't have the bodysuit. Or it's too early to put that on. Or, you know, what kind of dress I'm going to wear. What's the weather like? Let me just tell you this. If you kind of organize yourself, you don't have to totally organize your closet, but if you can organize yourself to where you have an idea of what pieces go with what, and you know where they are in your closet, it will be so much easier. You can have an idea of what you're going to wear the next morning. You don't have to always stick to it, but if you're running out of time, you know, you can boom, pull that out and put it on. It is just as easy to put on a fabulous outfit as it is to put on a pair of sweats and a t-shirt. You have the same motions. You have to reach for those sweats just like you have to reach for those, you know, leggings or that skirt. You have to reach for that little t-shirt or that Lululemon top just as easy as you have to reach for your blouse. So it's just a mindset. It's like reprogramming your mind to choose a different outfit over the other. It takes the same amount of time and it takes the same amount of energy. And that's pretty much it. So I know this is kind of a long-winded explanation, but I felt like I really needed to give you the breakdown of how going from drab to fab in 15 minutes really works. It's always easier said than done, I know. But I feel like if I explain everything to you thoroughly and in detail, then you can put it into action. And that's it.
I'm a dork.